Law 4. Always say less than necessary.
True. Yo, chat. A lot of people, they be motor mouthing through life, bro. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to say everything. All right, say enough just to get to where you need to go. That boy Eren Yeager is getting his own 48 laws of power. Now, this is my first time ever watching this channel. I was scrolling. I seen the thumbnail. I subbed to the channel. I said, we're going to have to react to that because I know the 48 laws of power, all right? The book is actually behind me. It's not mine, but it is behind me. And they doing one on Eren Yeager? Let's see what we got here.
Disclaimer. This video is not for the average, and this video is not for the snowflakes of our society either. Understand that digesting this information can cause permanent psychological changes in thought patterns and behavior. It's something you can't go back from once exposed to it. This is just for educational purposes. You have been warned. The 48 Laws of Power, published in 1998 by Robert Greene, is a book that is being used all around the world for relationships, financial gain, climbing up the hierarchy, and well, power. And although you're in competition with a couple million people who understand the book fully, you still have a massive advantage over the people who have not read this book. This is fantastic news for the people who have finished the book or just started it, and the reason is simple. Society is turning us weak, making us more distracted with things we wouldn't care about if the world was ending. The divorce rates are higher than ever, and you're 50% likely to be affected by this. Male virginity is higher than ever, because we're immersed in the quick and easy access of adult content.
Chat, come on now. Come on, chat. This isn't my version of it, okay? But you got to keep this thing near you. This thing kind of thick, girthy, if I do say so myself, man. Y'all read it? You might not even have to read the whole thing. Just read the titles of each chapter.
Content right on our phones. And online prostitution is also higher than ever, such as OnlyFans, leaving women with big piles of cash from desperate males, but getting objectified in the process. Everything is tied to power. Power will never be dropped by society, because power is the way society influences us. And the way to stop, or at least fight back against them, is to learn the playbook itself, and to understand how they manipulate you. By you being here, I know you're a strong, hard-working individual who wants to succeed. And when finishing this video, you'll be 50% there. So, put the plan in action, and start by watching this video all the way through. Because if you can't sit through this video and take notes, then you're not strong. You're lost. Also, you'll get a treat of XQC roasting me at the end. Eren Yeager, however, is strong. And yes, it's because he has Titan shifting abilities, but also because he uses the 48 laws of—
Hold up, you said 48 laws of manipulation. It's not manipulation, all right? Let's scroll. Let's see what one of the chapters' names are. Okay, before we go in here. Okay. Law 27, chat. It says, play on people's needs to believe, to create a cult-like following. Now, I don't believe in that, all right? But, like, if you see, there are some content creators who believe in that, you know? And they've gotten to very prosperous places. Now, that's not saying they're wrong, all right? But they was trying to get some power.
Power very effectively, especially in the 4th season. So without further ado, get your notes, get your popcorn, turn on your captions if needed. This is Eren Yeager and the 48 Laws of Power. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the purpose behind your actions. If they have no clue what you are up to, they cannot prepare defense. Guide them far enough down the wrong path, envelop them in enough smoke, and by the time they realize your intentions, it will be too late. This law is widely used by politicians and presidents. How many times—
That's sick. That's why you gotta watch people, chat. You don't gotta say nothing. Don't listen to nothing nobody say. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. And you're gonna be ahead of the game.
Times have you heard that they'll do this and that when they're elected, but once they do, they seem to forget about everything that was said and completely change direction? Well, that was simply a smokescreen, so they can influence you to vote for them, so they can get what they really want. This is the same with celebrities too. They can answer an interview question on a hot topic, and they will usually pick the politically correct one, because what happens if they don't? They get cancelled, money gets cut, and you're left with everyone treating you like a cockroach. We all know that people can lie, so why do we automatically assume that a person is telling the truth? Especially a question that's emotional, since people don't dare to question that. In Season 4, Eren Yeager uses this so much. We, as an audience, barely know anything about what Eren is thinking. Was Eren really using Mikasa, or is he lying? Does Eren feel guilt when he stomps on the heads of children, or not? Characters that are mysterious are generally fan favorites, and the way to be mysterious is to conceal your intentions, reveal less, stop talking about yourself all the time. Instead, ask more questions, though you shouldn't overdo it, or you'll be unapproachable. But instead of me just telling you the details, this next law will give you an action to take. Law 4. Always say less than necessary.
True. Yo, chat. A lot of people, they be motor mouthing through life, bro. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to say everything. All right, say enough just to get to where you need to go, okay? You need directions somewhere. Hey, how do you get to the Walmart? Boom. That's all you got to say. You don't say, how do you get to the Walmart? Because I got to go pick up some stuff for and then I got to go, so I'm just trying to get there. Is it closer than this? Because I got to be back by. You don't need to do all of that. Where's Walmart? Boom. You're done.
When you are trying to impress people with words, the more you say, the more common you appear, and the less in control. Even if you are saying something banal, it will seem original if you make it vague, open-ended, and sphinx-like. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. This ties into Law 3, and it's a law that will make you be perceived as in control and powerful. The more someone talks, the more information they spill, and that information can make you look stupid, like you don't know what you're talking about. This law also means to literally say less than necessary. Filling your sentences with ums and ahs portrays you as mildly slow, but most importantly, unconfident. Eren Yeager does not speak much, at least not as much as in Season 1. He speaks directly to other characters with confidence and conviction, never speaks too quickly, and never fills his sentences with He also only discusses his plans with a limited amount of people, and even then, some of those plans are smokescreens. However, if you're using this law and you aren't the brightest, people will find out really quickly when you need to talk. But if you are quite intelligent, then this next law will help you use your intelligence to your advantage. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. To maintain your independence, you must always be...
Okay, that one. See, some of these laws, like if you use all of the laws, you might be a manipulator. You might be Devin, okay? But this one, I don't want people being dependent on me, okay? That's a lot of pressure, okay? I guess with great power comes great responsibility, and I don't want that responsibility to people relying on me.
Needed and wanted. The more you are relied on, the more freedom you have. Make people dependent on you for their happiness and prosperity, and you have nothing to fear. Never teach them enough so they can do without you. If you're the best employee at your job, then you have the lowest chance of getting fired because you literally get more done than the others, unless you do something that makes your boss hate you. Even better, if you're the best employee with skill sets that are highly valuable in the workplace, then you're really going nowhere. The harder the tasks that are crucial to get done, the more valuable you become. Therefore, the more dependent everyone is on you. If you somehow crashed on a desert island with 5 people, and you're the only one who knows how to start a fire, you best believe everyone...
Yeah, they're not cooking you. You gonna stay alive, right? While everybody else is getting souffled,
one will be looking up to you. So just put that information to normal circumstances and you'll see where you can take action on. Eren Yeager, for example, was not actually aware of this law in Season 1 when he had to cover up the hole in the wall with a giant rock, but by displaying his strength and the abilities that he has, made him valuable to the people. It gave them hope. And once Eren gained their trust, that's when the tables turn, because now the people are so dependent on Eren for their survival that they can't kill him as easily as they previously wanted to. Do you have a skill or something that sets you apart from the others like Eren? Then I suggest you use that to your advantage if you want to climb the hierarchy of power.
What the heck?
Well, before the power analysis explains how to retrieve information from people and use it to your advantage, I suggest you subscribe to this channel if you enjoy character breakdowns and self-development videos like this. Personally, I'm someone who likes order and justice, but I'll let this evil deed slide just once, because whenever the subscribe button is hit, it gives me ice cream, and I love sugar, so please, don't hold back.
Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Knowing about your rival is critical. Use spies to gather valuable information that will keep you a step ahead. Better still, play the spy yourself. In polite social encounters, learn to probe. Ask indirect questions to get people to reveal their weaknesses and intentions. There is no occasion that is not an opportunity for artful spying. Remember when I said people don't
this book might be sick. This might be a sick
question your emotional beliefs and just assume it's 100% truth, because why would you lie about such strong beliefs? Well, this is quite similar. Law 3 was about hiding your interests. Law 14 is actually receiving your interests. And this law doesn't have to be fixed to friends. Think of gold diggers. They're everywhere. And yet some get found out and kicked out. Some get found out but stay? But that's the guy's problem. And some never get caught. And the reason some gold diggers are seen as normal girlfriends or wives is because they use Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Eren Yeager posed as a friend, not so much to receive material, but to gain the trust of the people in Mali, specifically Falco Grice. Eren wanted to use Falco so he could deliver the letters to his comrades. Eren even went as far as to amputate his own leg just to make it look believable that he was a friend to the people. But rest assured, you don't have to go this far. However, this law is dangerous if you slip up. If your subject finds out that you have been using them, then get ready for complete destruction of the relationship. It will never be the same again. Though, if your friends turn into enemies, this next law will prove to be helpful. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. All great leaders since Moses have known that a feared enemy must be crushed completely. Sometimes, they have learned this the hard way. If one ember is left alight, no matter—
Bro, this is freaking Thanos, bro. When Thanos was like, I'ma shred the universe down to its last molecule, because I learned. You leave one shred of anything left, okay? They will, you know what I'm saying, try to trace back what happened and wanna, I forgot the word that he used, but y'all know. Bro, Thanos was a thinker.
to how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break out. More is lost through stopping halfway than through total annihilation. The enemy will recover and will seek revenge, crush him, not only in body, but in spirit. Letting your enemy down easily is like saying, I hope you do better next time. Translation, I hope you win and take everything I have next time. Ever played a video game when you were a kid, or chess even, and you were beating your opponent so hard that you just decide to play around, only for them to miraculously get back into the game? That's an example of not crushing your enemy totally. This law applies to everything. Sports. If you don't win, you lose. Business. If you're not the one bringing customers in, your competitors are. Relationships. If you're not being competed against, you're competing for someone else. This law isn't just physical, it's psychological and emotional. Eren Yeager is displaying this law right now. He's in the middle of a rumbling, trying to crush all territories. I've only watched the anime, so I don't know what happens after Season 4 Part 2, but understand that Eren is doing the rumbling so the other territories never have the chance to destroy the Eldians. Make sure you have the same mindset as Eren, because in this world, it's you against your competitors, and if you don't compete, you don't win. If you want to gain the upper hand against your enemies, use this next law. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Do not
Hey man, we went from my government name to crazy to Holla to Big Holla to Hot. Come on, man.
accept the roles
This book is chatting.
that society foists on you. Recreate yourself by forging a new identity, one that commands attention and never bores the audience. Be the master of your own image rather than letting others define it for you. Incorporate dramatic devices into your public gestures and actions. Your power will be enhanced and your character will seem larger than life. Do you own your labels, or do your labels own you? Do they help you or serve you? Being an introvert, for example. I understand there's some scientific whatnot out there saying how introverted and extroverted brains are wired differently, but that's not the point. Words and thoughts have power. Constantly telling yourself that you're introverted will make you even more introverted. Skipping out on public things like presentations, meeting new people, celebrations, etc. will hinder your growth as an individual.
That's true.
You're really going to let a website define you? Are you seriously going to let that hold you back.
Nah, this is he's really talking. You could be whoever you want to be. If you want to be outside more, be outside more. Listen, there's a little fear in you when you sit next to somebody. You might not want to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, how are you doing? What do you do for work? You might not want to do that. But listen, you're not incapable of doing it, okay? Just try one day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, excuse me. Get somebody's attention, ask them a question. It might go good, it might go bad. Most of the time it go good, I'm going to be honest, okay? Usually the fear you have, even when people talk about rejection ain't this thing that happens often. Now if you fresh and fit shooting 2 for 70 in a club, that might be a different story, okay? But most people, when you talk to them, they'll talk back. They might not give you exactly what you want, but they'll communicate.
It's a good way to make excuses, and I pity most people who do use it as an excuse. And the only way to stop it is to stop caring about trivial things like that. Eren Yeager completely recreated himself from season 3 to season 4. I honestly didn't even know that the guy sitting on the bench with long hair was actually Eren. He became calmer, much more calculative, and cold, stopped smiling as much, usually wearing a poker face. He completely changed himself to a mature person. In the first season, he was a nobody, someone who couldn't do anything in the face of danger. In the last season, he literally became Walter White. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. If you are unsure of a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts and hesitations will infect your execution. Timidity is dangerous. Better to enter with boldness. Any mistakes you commit through audacity are easily corrected with more audacity. Everyone admires the bold. No one honors the timid. Boldness makes you look confident, and confidence makes you look like you know what the hell you're doing. If you're timid and hesitant about which actions to take, other people will see this and lose trust in you. It's like when a strong-minded individual loses his composure in a life or death situation, and others see this and lose composure as well. If he thinks we're screwed, and he's more capable out of all of us,
then they think they all screwed, bruh. Put your poker face on. Yo, this might be one of the best channels on YouTube, man. Where was this channel when I was in high school?
then we're definitely
would have took over the world. Okay?
screwed. You need to use this law effectively. You can use it for dating, negotiating, getting clients, but understand if you're bold but have no clue what you're doing or talking about, others will find out very quickly. Eren has reinvented himself as a bold individual, someone who decided the best action to take according to their plan and takes it without backing out or second guessing himself. If you're indecisive, you should try to improve this by weighing the options you have and then deciding. Being indecisive is not a good trait to have. But if you want to fix your indecisiveness and procrastination, I highly suggest you invest in yourself and get my ebook, Mindbreaker, on my Patreon.
Yo, W promo. What?
You can get it on Amazon too, but Patreon gives you many more benefits, like my Discord server that currently has around 30 members who all bought the ebook and gave positive feedback. Mindbreaker is about achieving anything fast. If you're not intelligent and hardworking, then it's best you don't buy this book. But if you're looking for knowledge that can change your life, and if you're participating in a hobby or endeavor where there's competition, I highly recommend it because you'll come out on top. If you're interested, the Patreon link will be in the description. Law 35. Master the art of timing.
Bro, Tacticians, bro, one of my favorite movies. Denzel, you outdid yourself in this one. Is Will Smith better? Sorry to say, it's true. But the Equalizer, that boy was a tactician. You get your timing right, everything looks flawless. You ain't got to worry about nothing.
Never seem to be in a hurry. Hurrying betrays a lack of control over yourself and over time. Always seem patient, as if you know that everything will come to you eventually. Become a detective of the right moment. Sniff out the spirit of the times, the trends that will carry you to power. Learn to stand back when the time is not yet ripe, and to strike fiercely when it has reached fruition. Eren willingly let the Eldians put him in a cell after they declared war. He understood the art of timing, and that he shouldn't rush any of his plans. And of course, it worked out for him. With him being locked up, he inadvertently started a cult known as the Yeagerists. Also, as soon as Marley declared war on Eldia, Eren was in the perfect place at the right time and screwed them over quickly. Don't rush things. And don't be slow. Understand what actions to take and when. Not only will you attain the heights of power, but you'll also have control over your life. My longest video yet. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope it helped you in any way. If it did and you want more content like this, I hope you can help the channel by hitting the red subscribe button and the like button. I also want to thank my patrons for supporting.
Nah, this was a W vid, man. This was a W vid. I ain't gonna lie, I seen it. I was out here constructing a freaking cabinet, and I'm scrolling through YouTube and I seen this. I said, nah, anime with the 48 laws of power, this channel got to be a 10 out of 10. First video in, what can I say? You outdone yourself.